grandmother told me she wasn't too sure true love existed. Mom told me she was that guy more than a lover. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. Even in my younger years, tired of feeling lonely, eyes full of tears. Codependent deep inside this resentment. Yeah, you'll be my girlfriend and I'll ignore my fears. See, I always been a hopeless romantic. You got a problem, let me fix it. I'm no mechanic, yeah. They say opposites attract. Seems like I attract the tag, yeah. When I'm a you're my everything in the first word. We were ready for a takeoff. Heavy luggage, you took it from better to worse. Shared a problem with another, not highly suggested. It's like expecting a return when you never invested. No, even when I was younger, it's so hard to be single. What's the point of being married if I've chosen to mingle? I'll never do what my dad did to my mother, you to my mother. Like father, like a son that's asleep with another. Damn.
What's going on, y'all? We got to talk about this. We got to talk about this. We're going to talk about is the pressure that women are getting to have BBLs, Brazilian butt lifts. Is it the fault of the men or is it the fault of the women? Where is all of this pressure coming from? A lot of people may not realize that women are getting BBLs by the hour. There are like waiting lists pertaining to these Brazilian butt lifts. And I don't think it's stopping. Like in Miami, it's absolutely crazy from what I've read and what I've seen and who I've talked to. But we got to find out exactly what's going on and why this is happening, because it's terrible, you know. But everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button, and let's get to it. And I'm going to drop the link early because I want to have like a town hall meeting. I want to have a conversation with the men and the women. I want to see what's going on and why these women are doing this to themselves. And I'm not going to come at or approach this situation in any type of jokey fashion. I'm not here to make fun of anybody. I'm not here to go off on women and call them names, because I'm starting to realize that these issues are bigger than just like, you fat, you're this, you that. This whole situation is becoming life-threatening to our women. So now it's a lot more serious than simply talking crazy about a woman or talking crazy about a man. So everybody hit the like button and let's get started. I got a video I want to share. Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like.
Trying to catch up, scheduled surgeries like Brazil.
And hold on, before I get started, and Alexis, I'm about to bring you up in a second. And before I get started, I need everybody in the chat not only to hit the like button, but I need everybody to send this link to this video to your group chats, to people that you know on Instagram. Send this video to everybody. On Facebook, I need you to hit the share button and share this video out to other people, because we have to come together as a community and figure this whole thing out. So everybody right now, share this to at least 5 other people. Take the link and send it to 5 people. And once you'll send it to 5 people, put in the chat, done. Just put done in the chat. All right, I got a doctor in the background. So we're going to talk about this because it's a lot, y'all. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. How's it going?
Hey, I'm doing fine. You?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. So I want to play this video before we get started because we got to figure this out. So hold on. Let me play this video and we'll come back.
Many doctors who were trying to catch up scheduled surgeries like Brazilian butt lifts from morning to night, something experts say could have also contributed to a spike in deaths following the procedures.
We were very surprised to find that in 2021, more people died from the Brazilian butt lift than any other year before.
Through the research we did, we noticed a couple of things. One, the deaths look to be like they're occurring the majority at the end of the week, Thursday, Friday. This is consistent with fatigue and distraction.
He says fatigue could explain deaths like the one that happened last year following a BBL at Seduction Cosmetic Center, when a state of Florida Department of Health administrative complaint says a 33-year-old patient died after Dr. John Sampson gave her a BBL at 8:31 p.m. He had started operating patients at 6:32 a.m., and she was his 7th patient of the day.
And he had done 6 surgeries.
So that right there is the reason why that is happening, in my opinion, is because so many women are running around trying to get BBL surgery. So people wouldn't be so fatigued, because I remember I sold cars, and in certain parts of the year, like near Christmas, it would be so many customers in the showroom where you literally would be working from like 7 in the morning to like 10 o'clock at night trying to close deals. And you'll make so much money selling cars where you don't even want to go home. And once you get and you're sleepy and you're tired, and I'm just selling a car. Imagine doing surgery on somebody. So it's a lot of different industries where, you know, certain times a year, you just working 14 hours in a day and it's just whatever. But surgery, that's crazy. So let's go with Dr. Steele first. What are your thoughts on all this?
You know what? The common denominator to this whole thing is insecurities.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if a man pressures you,
sorry about that. Go ahead.
Yeah, if your man pressures you, you know, to have this BBL, you're willing to go along with it because you're so insecure. You know, if a man, you know, does not like a woman for who you are, perhaps you shouldn't even be with this man. If he doesn't like you for who you are. Now I understand, you know, there's a situation to where you know what they say, you know, women say, take me as I am. But this right here, to have surgery and risk your life, you have to ask yourself, is that man worth risking your life for? You know, it's not the man for you. And
so
then,
I want you to think about something real quick. You said risking your, is this man worth risking your life for? And this ain't going off subject, but women every day risk their lives for random dudes because they have babies by whoever the hell they have babies with, and they're not marrying them or anything. So all together, because having a baby is risky, right? So when you look at the thought process of, is this man worth risking your life for? That's not even in the conversation. It's not for a man in particular, is what they want to do. So men aren't just making women do these things. I don't think we could look at it in a context of, is this particular man? It's not this man, it's men. It's attention. It's just social media. It's likes, it's views. One man liking your video ain't what they want. They want 7,000 men liking their videos. So we got to look at it from a men standpoint and not a man standpoint, because one man isn't getting anybody to do anything. It's either the attention from men or the pressure from women. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and when it comes, and like I say, in both cases, the common denominator is insecurity.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's it. I mean, you willing, I mean, and let me rephrase what I just said. Okay. Is your beauty worth risking your life for? Because there's a lot of women who look beautiful the way they are before this BBL stuff. I mean, and then two, BBLs, look so improportional, to me.
Well, I get it. I get it. So we got to look. I want to look at things from an empathetic standpoint, right? You're looking at it from, what is wrong with these women? The BBLs don't even look right. Like, we got to look in a mind to a certain degree of what women are doing and what women are seeing and what women are going through. Is not necessarily is not proportion. We are laughing at the women on social media that look crazy. The majority of the women have BBLs and we don't even know they have BBLs. So it's not the women that look weird. Those are the cases where we're just like, what in the world? Those aren't the ones. It's the other ones. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
All of them look crazy. Go ahead.
But again, it's just one word: insecurities. No matter who pressures you, or no matter what your reason is, it's down to insecurities. That's
understood.
It.
Okay, I get what you're saying. But okay, men sleep with multiple women and cheat on women because of insecurities. We all have insecurities. We all do stupid things off of insecurities. We can't just put a period at the end of the sentence and say it's because of insecurities. What do we do about this? And the main question is, insecurities from men or insecurities from women, in your opinion? We know it's insecurities, but who do you think is pushing the needle the farthest between men and women is a question.
Well, from my understanding, in most cases, it's the men.
Okay.
And because either the man, wants her to look like the woman, he fantasizes about. And there are times where the man, doesn't really, but she feels like, that'll please him. So yeah, in most cases, it's the men.
Okay, so you think is the men that are the biggest issue? Okay,
the biggest issue. Yeah.
Yeah. So Alexis, you there? Alexis, you there, or what you doing? What you doing? Okay, there you go.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
Hey, everyone.
So what is your thoughts on all this right now?
Oh, okay. So I have mixed feelings about this because I'm a woman, of course. I do understand why some women get it.
Just a question, because just a question for the audience. Do you have BBL, or have you had BBL surgery?
No.
Okay.
No, I have not.
No, I'm just asking because nobody sees you. I just want to make sure. Okay.
Yeah. No, I have not had any BBL surgery. I haven't had any surgery actually, but
Okay.
I do see a lot of women with surgeries, and I do know a lot of women who get surgeries. And I will say, most of the women who get the BBL surgeries, you have to think in order for this BBL to work, you do have to have a lot of weight on you for it to even make a difference. So a lot of these women are actually really big. So for some of them, it's a quick fix for them. They're like, okay, I don't want to go to the gym. Maybe the gym hasn't been working for me. To me, it's a little bit lazy, in my opinion. I'm not saying I'm against all surgeries, but it's a quick fix. At the end of the day, you still have to change your lifestyle. If you hold weight in a certain area, if you're naturally shaped a certain way, it doesn't matter if you get surgery, you have to change your lifestyle, or you will probably go back to that same exact shape. But for the most part, I don't think it's worth it because the fatality rates are rising, and a lot of it is because a lot of these women are not doing what they're supposed to do prior to the surgery. Your body has to be healthy enough to withstand being under all that medication. Ultimately, I just don't think it's worth it, but I do understand why some women are getting it. And the crazy part about this is a lot of women who get surgeries are very attractive, and I think they're beautiful women, but it's just always something that they feel like they're missing. So it's always something they want to be the best at everything, and
Mhm.
I think it's sad. It's so sad. It's the beautiful women, and
So
and statistically, most women. Mhm.
So let me start right there. I just want the audience to see an example of what you're saying. From what I've been doing research on, and I don't know enough about this to just say this is a fact, but for what I've been doing research on, and everybody hit the like button, everybody hit the like button. My thing is, it seems like the more attractive women are the main ones getting BBL surgery. So just imagine like a Jacky O, a woman that's just like a 9 or an 8. She's getting BBL surgery. She's, so it's a different type of conversation when the women that we actually are pursuing are getting BBL surgery. Because Dr. Steele, you said women they have low self-esteem, which I agree. But you're looking at women who have the pick of the litter getting BBL surgery. So everybody has low self-esteem, but why do you think the women who are getting them are the most attractive women out there? That woman having low self-esteem is totally different than a unattractive woman, body looking crazy, bad crazy, not good crazy, having low self-esteem. Because it's different levels. Like, how can you look at a woman that looks great and she has low self-esteem? What do you think that it makes her want to do something like that? Dr. Steele?
Um, to be honest with you, I'm really not sure why that is. But let's also wait. First of all, this woman you're talking about, is she like a celebrity or something?
Let's just talk about right now. I just want to talk about just the insecurities.
Just
We'll get to that in particular, but just the insecurities. Why do you think the better looking women are the most insecure in these situations? How is that?
well, I'm not for sure. I guess because they feel that if they look at themselves in the mirror, what they got is not enough. And plus, they probably have also uh, looked at other women, see what they look like, and compare themselves to other women, so that they can even feel more insecure about themselves,
Mm-hmm.
which does not make any sense to me at all.
Okay, Alexis, what do you think? Why do you think the better looking women are the main ones getting the BBL surgery? And before you answer, make sure y'all are contributing to the channel either via Cash App, Aaron 1000, Super Chat, if you want us to comment to anything you say, or you can buy my card game. My card game is the link to buy the card game is linked in the pin, is pinned at the top of the chat. Go ahead, Alexis.
I'm going to say that a lot of attractive women are getting them because they feel like that's all they have is appearance. And
Mm-hmm.
studies show that most attractive women are actually more insecure because all they think they have is their beauty for the most part. So if all I have to, for just speaking hypothetically, if all I have to work with is my beauty, then I'm just going to focus on that. I'm just going to try to make that be the best that it can be. That's my biggest
Yeah.
guess.
Okay. So I posted some on Instagram, and I want to go through a couple of these comments real quick. So the question is of course, why are so many women getting BBL surgery, and who is putting the most pressure on the women? Is it other women or men? So somebody said men encourage women to be natural, which I agree. I personally can't stand all that crap, right? So men encourage women to be natural. Women put pressure on each other. Women get a BBL and still mess with Pookie and Ray Ray. Another person says, I have never heard a man say, if you would get a BBL, I wear 6-inch. Oh, okay. If you would get a BBL or wear 6-inch eyelashes and pile on some Brazilian hair weave, you'd be the finest woman I've ever seen. Men ain't checking for all of this mess other than to mess with them. Love yourself. So this is a fact. But I think I've said this before myself. We have two different types as far as us men go. We have women that we want to smash, and then we have women that we want to settle down with and marry. When I, in particular, am out in the club and I'm just trying to find something to knock down, the woman with the eyelashes, the woman with the wig, the woman with the BBL is usually the woman that is going to appear to be the easier smashable woman. The woman that has all this crap on and just looks, because to me, women who have all of these issues are the ones with the issues, right? I look at wigs as a woman having issues in a lot of cases, not all. Sometimes a woman, she wants to glam up because she's on TV. She's on a podcast. She does something, she's doing an event. Cool, I get that, but when women are out in a club or just out, period, they don't realize that we are looking for something to just take home and just run through, and because we horny because we don't have a couple drinks in us. The women with the BBLs, the women with the wigs, the women with the stupid looking eyelashes, those are the women that we actually go after when we in the club. So with all that being said, those women are getting the most attention when they go out, and they don't know the backdrop of the whole situation. They just see, yo, hey, pulling on your arm. Hey, what's up? And the girl with the natural hair, the girl who don't have the BBL, the girl that don't have the stupid looking eyelashes on, that woman is over there with her drink, buying her own drinks, ain't getting no attention. So sometimes the attention, women don't really understand when it's bad or when it's good. Alexis, what is your opinion on that the attention from just being out or whatever?
You were going out. I didn't hear the last part.
What do you think about the attention that women get when, all of y'all are out? You not having a BBL, you wearing your natural hair versus the women with all the crap. Like, what do you see just as a woman when you're out?
I think that men may approach those type of women, but because I have a lot of guy friends from being me, a lot of them approach these women just like they're just easy for the night, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they probably just want a quick good time. Yeah, they probably just want something quick, like a good time. I don't think them serious for the most part. I mean, truth be
Mhm.
told, I think some women who get surgeries, it may look good on them, but at the end of the day, I'm gonna be honest, I don't really know too many women who have BBLs that are married. So, I mean, that speaks for
Yeah.
itself alone. But I think personally, I don't think the drag queen looks good. Like it's not attractive to me. I hate wigs. I hate weaves. The flapper eyelashes that look like you about to fly away. I hate all of that. But I think a lot of women do it because they see well those women mention. So, to answer your about like who's putting the pressure. I think it's both men and women pretty much. But I think if men actually put boundaries on it and if they stop giving those women attention, then women will stop doing it. But because those
That's not
women
gonna
get
happen.
attention, they're gonna keep doing it.
Yeah, because
Yeah, I
at the end of the
know.
day, we naturally look for the easier women to have sex with. That's just human nature.
Right.
When we out and we looking to
Right.
smash something, we know the woman with the natural hair ain't going. We're gonna have to get her number, we're gonna
Right.
have to take her out, we're gonna have to be on the phone with her. So that's just human nature. We're gonna go after the easier woman that we're gonna be able to take down. So that ain't gonna change. That ain't gonna happen. So
Right.
as a woman, what do you see what do you see when you're out? Like one guy on Instagram said, I'll be the one that's in the corner with the chick with the BBL
Mhm.
because she's the easier one.
Mhm.
Because sex appeal is a real thing, you know, and it fuels a woman's
Mhm.
psyche or some puts her in a position where it's what she wants. She wants the attention. So it's like
Mhm.
getting mad at a woman for wanting attention is almost crazy. But what do you
Mhm.
see out there when you out with just you being a woman, not what your friends are saying and doing? What do you see where it's like guys trying to holler at this girl over here versus you over here? Like, what do you think? Or what do you see?
Well, the places I go, I don't really do much clubbing, but places I go are a different type of I would say, and they definitely are going to appreciate the natural essence of a woman more. But I definitely think when I am around those settings, they're definitely gonna go for the BBL women first. I mean, it may last for one night for the most part, but I know what? I think that's only a certain type of man as well because I think that a lot of women want that actually has sex. They're probably not gonna give those type of women the day. I don't think they want those type of women like a circle because it kind of makes them look a certain way as well. But
Mhm.
I just think men want and just someone that looks a naturally pretty woman, and there's nothing wrong with that. I prefer that if I was a man as well. I think some of these women just look so artificial. They look like drag queens. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. So shout out to Cookie. She said it's body dysmorphia. They don't see what we do. I don't yeah, that's what I'm saying. I just don't understand. I just don't understand, but it's not for me to understand. It's for me to just open up the dialogue, because even though I don't like all this crap, I, there has to be men that like it. Like, for example, Tyrese, as an example, Tyrese is rich, and not just singling out Tyrese, but just as an example, he just got with that woman within a certain amount of time, a year or something like that, and you see him with this BBL wig wearing chick. So, and he's talking about he want to marry her. So, dudes like Tyrese are making us look stupid out here, you know,
And a lot of
and
rappers too.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's like we can't. It's almost like we're lying when we say, "Oh, well, don't nobody want them." According to what we see, they are wanted, and it's causing women to be confused. Women are confused as hell, because we'll say we don't want you, but out in the world, we be wanting them.
Um, Let me ask you:
Mm-hmm.
Did you say that most men want them as wives or girlfriends?
Well, you got to look at the environments, the hookah bars, just being out where, because usually the little BBL chicks and the chicks with long eyelashes, they're usually out in the little hookah bars, hood rat clubs, stuff like that. So it's not an environment where somebody's going to be thinking about marriage. So nobody's thinking about marriage. It's all about who's getting chose that night, who is getting attention that night, who is just over there playing with their drink, wanting somebody to approach them that night. So it's not really about the demographic of men who are doing this versus the demographic of men. It's about what's going on in real time. And it's I think it's a real thing. So we can't just sit here and say, there ain't nobody doing that. They are in there in those environments. We sit at home. We talking about the people out at the hookah bars. We talking about the people out going out right now. Folks looking at the game, right? Out. BBL chick walk in with all the long hair. Dudes are like, oh, damn, look at that. Because we do like nice bodies, right? So the woman got a BBL and it doesn't look crazy, we're gonna be looking. But the girl who don't got a BBL, she over there playing with her drink, looking at the game, ain't nobody trying to holler at her. So in real time, it's happening. Dr. Steele?
Okay, here's the thing about these women. So these women want the attention, right? Mm-hmm. But are they getting the right attention?
It's not about that. They don't know what right attention is versus wrong attention. It's attention. It's just like a guy. If I walk in a room and all these chicks looking at me, it's not about the right attention. It's about attention. It's not about right or wrong.
Okay, so man comes to the bar, right?
Uh-huh.
Look at the woman with the BBL and other fake things, right? Of course, she's going to get the attention because it's so exotic. But now she gets the attention. Guy goes with her. Guy busts her down. Okay. Now, do you think? I mean, what is the chance that this guy is going to stay with her and take her seriously?
You don't understand. Women are very short-sighted. They don't see past the day. These women don't look. I always say women are children. Do children think about tomorrow? No. They don't. They don't care about next year, next month. They just want to play. They just want attention. They just want to sit next to their friends. They don't give a damn about what happens tomorrow. And if they do think about tomorrow, they know what's about to happen tomorrow. Like tomorrow's my first day of school. Tomorrow's Christmas. Tomorrow is something. But if tomorrow is just another day, children don't care about what's going on tomorrow. So women operate like children. And am I thinking about, is he going to want to marry me? No, you just like, I got guys trying to holler at me. I got to pick up 3 different guys who I want. Women don't care about, and that's the thing. Men think like that. So you're thinking like a man, which is cool. But ain't none of these BBL wig wearing, eyelash having women thinking about tomorrow. A lot of them, the reason why they're wearing this stuff is because their brain is still as a 14-year-old. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, there's no thought process of tomorrow. She's going to get all the attention and she's going to be happy. He's going to bust her down and he's going to call her back. And he's going to bust her down again in her mind. And when he stops calling her, she's going to be like, oh, well, and it's going to be another dude hitting her line. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I know you heard those talking points about body counts, right? Because it's exactly
Again, women are children. They have no understanding of tomorrow. They're not thinking about, if I sleep with him, my body count is going up. They don't care about that. They live for. Listen to this. Listen to this real quick. Give it a second.
Intellectually capable of making their own decisions. Women are not intellectually capable of making their own decisions properly to safeguard themselves.
This is what you have to remember. The average black woman in America don't get no older than about 14. So just talk to her and deal with her like you dealing with a 14-year-old. Don't come at her like you dealing with an equal, because she's not going to be able to accept that. You got to go way back. We cut off at about 14 or 15. We don't develop and mature no further until we get some new information and accept some different information.
Women.
So let me play this video also, because like I was saying earlier, the most attractive women are the ones that are getting these BBLs.
BBL complications. All these women have died from BBL complications. Some don't understand the serious risks involved. Thousands of women are traveling abroad to have cosmetic surgery to enhance their bodies. According to the International Society of Aesthetic Plastic Surgery, the BBL is now the fastest growing cosmetic surgical procedure in the world. Since 2015, the number of butt lift performed globally has skyrocketed by 77.6%. Some of the main causes of death are accidental injection of fat into large veins, which then travels up to the heart, lungs or brain. In some cases, blood clots can travel to lungs, or fat could be injected into the wrong sites, causing a risk of fat necrosis.
And as y'all was able to see, the majority of the women in that video were small and they were attractive. And that's what's going on out here. That's what's going on. Somebody said on Instagram, Nicki Minaj said in an interview that it was mostly women that played a big role in her getting butt shots. And if you just think about the typical rapper, now that we're talking about rappers for a second, if you just look at rappers all together, virtually every female rapper is going to turn around and shake her butt in front of the crowd, bend over and twerk. And women are the main people cheering when they do it. So in my opinion, I think women in particular are promoting this and pushing it. But does anybody know why? And if you know why, put it in the chat. Do y'all know why? Alexis, why do you think women push other women to get BBLs?
I think some of them are trying to push their insecurities on other women, maybe. I mean, I think women give women the worst advice. So I couldn't even answer that. I have no idea why they would, especially looking at the statistics behind it. I have no idea. I mean, in my opinion, the best thing to do is go to the gym and actually have a healthy lifestyle. I couldn't even tell you, honestly. Some women are just delusional.
Well, going to the gym, sadly, takes work. And our women don't necessarily want to do that. They'll go to college. They'll go to college for 6 years. But when it comes to them actually going to the gym, women would easily go to college for 6 years to make $32,000 a year coming out. versus going to the gym and actually working on their body and getting therapy and working on their issues and emotional trauma. That's the thing that I'm never going to understand, because it's not. So it's like we can't literally just say women are lazy, because they'll go to college for all their lives to make $32,000 a year. So there's something there, because they wouldn't do that if they were lazy. But they won't go to no gym though. They won't spend. They'll go to the college for 6 years, but they won't spend 2 years in the gym, huh? What's that?
I think some women are just physically lazy. Like, it's easy to, I think women are mentally disciplined in a way, okay, I gotta go get this degree, like I gotta make it happen, I gotta do this, fine. But as far as being physically and, physically disciplined, that's a whole different ball game. It take when I tell you, when I get up in the morning to go to the gym, when that 5:30 alarm go off, I be like, Lord, do I really want to do this? But hey, you got to be disciplined and roll out of bed and go to the gym. But I think it's a mental thing that most women are probably stronger with than actually change your lifestyle. That's a whole different ball game.
So let me ask you this before I get to everybody else. You're saying going to college for 6 years is different than going to the gym for 2 years to a woman. You said mentally and physically lazy. What can you explain that?
Yeah, I think it is different because I think mentally, maybe they think that this is guaranteed, and maybe it's more security for them. So it's like, and that's also what they were taught. When we're growing up, we're hearing be independent, go to school, make a life for yourself. No one is saying you need to get your big butt in the gym. Like, no one's telling us that. We don't. That's not in our culture. We're not hearing. But
Okay.
I think mentally women are a
So
lot more
being
disciplined,
physically
not
fit.
physically.
So being physically fit doesn't give a woman security or a feeling of security like going to college does. Because a nice little gym therapy combo will get you a husband, let alone
You're right about that.
You get what I'm saying? A nice little gym therapy shot.
Yeah.
Just take out 2 years of your life. Go to the gym, go to therapy, go to the gym, go to therapy, go to the gym, and go to therapy. You'll be good. But I don't think that. I think you're right. It's the security.
I think so, but I think if you just start it, like, you'll see how good it makes your body feel, and you're just gonna want to keep sticking to it. And then, truth be told, like, okay, I've never been fat, I've never been overweight, and I've always been slim for the most part. But when I started going to gym consistently a few years ago, you'll be surprised. Like, if these women just get into the gym, you'll be surprised. You might meet your husband in there, because there's men in there who's like, okay, she's actually trying to work on it. Like, they want women in the gym. So I just wish some women would just try it and just see, like, it's really a lifestyle, and you see how healthy you feel. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, I think that's all it is. I think it's just they're not physically disciplined whatsoever.
All right, so Cookie, what are your thoughts?
What's the question?
Why do you think women would spend 4 to 6 years in college but won't spend 1 or 2 years in a gym and in therapy?
I think it has to do with a lot of cognitive dissonance. I don't know if y'all know what that is, but it's a separation from reality, and it usually happens under stressful situations. So basically, they see all these women around them that are doing this, and they start to disconnect from reality as if they're seeing or living in a place where they don't belong, because they see the women getting picked up. They see the women so-called winning. And then they're like, well, I want to win too. and then they go against every belief that they have, which is where the cognitive dissonance comes in.
Yeah.
And they slaughter their bodies and mutilate their bodies. So I think it has a lot to do with more than anything mental health than it does just vanity or peer pressure.
Yeah. So somebody says, when we never had our lymphatic system cleaned out. When we never had our lymphatic system cleaned out, we are at risk for organs not functioning properly. Our liver. Okay. Our liver does not. Okay. They spell it wrong. Our liver, they're saying our liver. Our liver does not function properly. Okay. Our heart does not function properly. Our lungs don't function properly. Yes. So, let me say this. I want to shoot some bail to women for a second. From a behavioral standpoint, there's something called the Maslow's hierarchy of needs. The first level is simply physiological needs. You need food, water, and things like that, right? The next level is shelter and, warmth and safety. The third level is belonging. So when all women around you are single mothers, even though you think being a single mother is dysfunctional, one of your physiological needs or psychological needs having to do with the third level of Maslow's hierarchy of needs, you're going to feel left out if you're not a single mother. And something in you is going to want to have a baby, even though you're not married. The same thing when it comes to BBLs and eyelashes and wigs. When you don't do all these dysfunctional things, you feel left out when most women are being dysfunctional. You can recognize it as being dysfunctional, but at the same time, just like what Cookie was saying, they are getting chose. They are leaving with men. They don't know where they're going. They don't know if they just getting bust down like Dr. Steele said. They're just leaving out the door with the guy that they wanted. And this need for belonging kills them to the point where they'll let themselves be killed by a doctor getting BBL surgery. Because it's that deep rooted. We all want to feel like we belong to something. So it's fair to see and to understand that women want to do these things. I was going to do a series called If I Was a Woman. Like if I woke up a woman, and I'm not saying the trans stuff, just the brain of a man in a woman's body. Would I do all the crazy mess that women be doing, right? And just going through the thought process of just thinking about this, and I said, you know what? Most likely I'll end up acting just like them. Does anybody know why? Does anybody know why? What would cause a woman with a man's brain cause that man with a woman with the man brain to start acting like a woman instead of differently?
Environment.
Anybody? The environment, the Maslow's hierarchy of needs. You're still a human. And a lot of times common sense goes out the door because you want to fit in. Some people want to stick out. Some people want to fit in. But guess what? It's the same level of dysfunction. When you want to stick out, usually you're the class clown. You want all the attention. That's why you're trying to stick out. You want everybody to see you as different, but you still want to be seen. So the same person that wants to be seen, that wants to stick out, is the same person that wants to fit in. He wants to be, or she wants to be seen. It's the same thing. So we can easily say this person wants to stick out, this person wants to fit in. It's the same need for belonging. You still want to belong in some type of way. And it causes you to either do something stupid or something out of the ordinary, or in the ordinary, which sometimes is dysfunctional ordinary. Pain, what are your thoughts? And then we go to Miss Tina.
Yeah, MrLetGo, you hit on a couple of things. One, I think the peer pressure, I think what we see is women under extreme peer pressure. It's almost to the level of psychosis. Because even the women who don't want to get a BBL, who want to be married, they look just like the other women out there who are kind of ratchet, right? They got the long weaves. A lot of them still have the eyelashes. And I hate more than anything those fingernails. I can't take them.
Yeah.
Those long fingernails, they're actually scary. They look like the women are always on attack. So, so they might not get a BBL. They might even be nice women, but they want to fit in, like you say. So they kind of take on the look of the chicks. And it does look like all those women are winning. If you look at Zion Williamson, the latest guy to lose his mind, right?
Right.
Well, he even has a porn star coming on the internet acting like he cheated on her. I mean, I can't even believe it. I say, wait a minute, what are you talking about? How could you cheat on a porn star? Right? So he's got 3 women. They all look the same. The one he got pregnant, the porn star, and the third one who's coming out, they all look, if you put their pictures up, they all have that same body type.
Same body type. Yeah. Just like Tyrese.
So
Tyrese got all that money, and he with a woman that look like these women look like little weird looking dolls. And I just be like, yo, when are we gonna actually like?
Let me just say one more thing.
Go ahead.
Let me just say one more thing, MrLetGo. Women don't listen to regular black men, because there's no shortage of black men out there saying that we don't want that, but they're seeing the guys who have means, the guys who are in the limelight. It seems like that's all they choose.
I disagree. Let me tell you why I disagree.
Go ahead.
The reason why I disagree is it doesn't matter. Out in the real world, dudes are approaching the woman with the bigger asses, whether it's a BBL or not. Out in the world, dudes are approaching the finer women. It's just what it is. They are getting more attention. So, guess what? The regular guys, they in the house. They don't go nowhere anyway. Regular guys be on you. Regular guys ain't going nowhere. Regular guys ain't at the bars. Regular guys don't go nowhere. Regular guys, they work, come home, play video games, or they ain't out in the world.
Well,
the men that they are seeing are the men that are wanting the women that have all this stupid stuff.
I don't think I disagree with what you just said. I'm just saying regular guys do get married, though. They just find regular women.
You don't understand. You're not understanding. They're not out. They're not outside.
Well, that's why you agree with me, because the guys who are outside are the ballers, or the guys who are players, and women conflate sexual attention with relationship attention all the time.
That's what I'm saying. So if that's all they see that's outside, the men that are outside are after that's the proof. That's
an agreement. So how do we change that? It's not going to change. That is not going to change. Men are not going to change their nature. The men who go out searching for women are not going to change what they like. I don't think they are. I mean, how? And then if the women keep following, where they follow men, but I think they're following each other for peer pressure and competition. How do we change the dynamic?
So hold on one second. I want to go to Ms. Tina. Okay. So let's do a quick commercial break. For anybody that has not already bought my card game, some of y'all might be like, okay, what is this card game thing? And is it for me? So I want y'all to watch this real quick. And the significance of this game versus any other game out there is we are not having enough deep discussions with Hold on, it's messing up. All right, here we go. For those who don't know, I just came out with my Deeper Discussions card game. And the significance of this game versus any other game out there is we are not having enough deep discussions with the people we're dating, and these relationships end up lasting way longer than they need to. What if I told you that playing a simple, fun card game will help you vet the person you're dating better? We all know that it's pee in a dating pool, right? But what do you do about this? Over 80 intriguing questions that will help you vet your mate better or the person you're dating better. How did you contribute to your most recent most? How did your last relationship affect you? Hold on, your most recent relationship. Hold on. Is the signal messing up on y'all or is it just me? I'm just checking.
It's messing up on me.
It's messing up bad on my.
Okay, hold on a second. Okay. But what do you do about this? Over 80 intriguing questions that will help you vet your mate better or the person you're dating better. How did you contribute to your most recent relationship ending? Explain the relationship you had with a guardian that you resented the most. How did your last relationship affect you, positively or negatively? After playing this game, and you're not going to get done with the whole game in one sitting, you're going to have so much of a better understanding of not only the other person, but yourself. You know why? Because you now have a fun excuse to have deeper discussions. So either click the link below or click the link in my bio to buy your Deeper Discussions card game. Okay, so Tina, go ahead. What are your thoughts?
Good evening, everyone.
Hey.
Hi. um, as it regards to all these women getting these BBLs, I'll honestly say, I was shocked in learning exactly how many women actually have the BBLs. Because none of my circle, no one has, none of the women that I run with or close to, none of us do that. But I recently entered back into the workplace where I'm in the office and I'm with multiple women, and no lie, I was like, guys, all these women just got these big old butts. And then one day I walked up on a couple of the women I work with. They were huddling and they were talking about their surgeries, and I was like, oh, okay, so this is where this all comes from. But what floors me is I'm stepping back and I'm trying to see these women without all of everything else that's going on. And these are actually really attractive women, you know,
Yeah, be the good looking women doing this stuff. Yeah.
and they're very attractive women. So I'm asking myself, like, why? Why? So now I find myself looking, okay, these are women who don't have it, these are women who do have it. And I think it is like once you get to conversing with them and you really kind of see, um, where their head is. I'm gonna be honest with you. A lot of them not wrapped too tight. Those are it's a lot of the women, the loud ones who are just like it's almost as if they need that extra attention. Now, I'm not knocking having, because I wear hair weaves, I wear, you know, ex, you know, eh, lashes and things occasionally too. But where I think all of this stuff becomes an issue is when you feel like you have no value without it.
And when it's inside of your body and not on top of your body.
Right. You can't turn it off. There's no turning it off on it. And the other thing is I don't even think they see themselves after the surgery. Like I've seen so many women with I call them football booties. I don't know where their hips are kind of pointed on the side, and I don't even think they realize how they've disfigured their bodies. And so my prayers and what I continuously will continue to push to every young woman that I come across is just love you for you. And if you can't love you for you first, you can't expect anybody to come along and love you better than you love yourself, So I mean, I think it all, like the same thing we've always talked about from the beginning, it all links all back to like your upbringing. What values were you taught when you were
Yeah.
coming up? What was presented to you as being beautiful? And unfortunately, a lot of us didn't have anybody to really kind of mold us into what was considered beautiful. And we kind of
Mm-hmm.
we took what we saw on television, we took what we saw in like music videos, or the girls in school that were getting all the attention. Those are the people we use as our role models to say, okay, this must be what is considered to be acceptable and what men or people want. This is what's going to bring me
Yeah.
the most popularity. This is what's going to give me the
Mm-hmm.
most attention. And I don't think that it's always done consciously, but like you said, it's just one of those, it's that herd mentality. You become a part of the herd, and you don't, a lot of times you don't want to be the outsider. You don't want to be the different one unless it's going to bring you some attention. So if even
Yeah.
sometimes being on the outside, that's, let me get the big booty and the lashes and be the loudest one, and so everybody can see, hey, look at me. you know
Yeah.
so I think I think that as time progresses coming up here within the next 10 years or so, I really feel like this whole trend is going to be a wash. I think we're really we're starting to see that happen right now, where you see more women wear their natural hair. Even the wigs that we purchase, those slick down baby hairs, they're kind of going out. Everybody wants the natural edges now. And we're starting to trend towards a more natural look. And I think
I hope.
even
I
in that
hope to
though,
God.
even in that, it's all trendy. It's not just because,
Yeah.
you know, just because we say, okay, that's this is what I think is good for me. It's because this is the trend that's going.
But Tina, think about this. When the trend is inside of your body, you can't get it out. Like, it's one thing about a trend being some shoes or skinny jeans, but when it's crap in your butt, it's not a trend. So,
I thought they were
I,
reversible. I thought BBLs were reversible.
It's still dysfunctional though.
anything you put in your butt
I agree
is
with
not
that.
reversible. Like, it's this. No, you can't reverse it. You're gonna look crazy after you reverse it. So you could take it out, but So D, what are your thoughts?
I don't know about looking crazy after you reverse it. I don't think we've have evidence of anyone who's reversed it fully and they look crazy.
K. Michelle have said
So,
her butt looks crazy as an example.
so
There's a
there's a
few other women.
process. Mhm,
Hold on. There's
mhm.
other women who have said they've gotten their BBL reversed and they hate the look of their bodies. So
Okay.
there is proof that it does look crazy when they get it reversed. But go ahead.
Well, that's an opinion, but that's fine. Okay.
No, hold on,
Um,
D.
mhm.
Stop. We're not gonna do this. When a
We're not
woman
gonna do what?
says, I had this experience, that's not an opinion. What are you talking about?
What
Aaron,
I said was
I
looks crazy is an opinion, right?
Aaron, I will
She
say this.
said
Back in
it.
the days,
We're
no,
not
back
gonna
in
do
the
that. We're not
days,
gonna do that today.
those were silicone implants that they were getting. That's a little bit different than the BBLs of what women are getting now, where they're taking fat from one part of their body and putting it in another. That K Michelle
Right.
stuff that she had the like the silicone implants, which is what they used to do back in the days to make their butt big, and they were flipping and they were causing infection to the tissue and things like that. So now that medicine has progressed, um, the women don't have those same effects that they used to have. So that's a little
Okay,
bit different
before
than the
you
BBL.
no, it's not. No, it's not. So before you go, D, I want you to listen to this right here. I want y'all to listen, not just look at the pictures. Listen to what the person is saying. This person in the background talking.
According to the International Society of Aesthetic Plastic Surgery, the BBL is now the fastest growing cosmetic surgical procedure in the world. Since 2015, the number of butt lifts performed globally has skyrocketed by 77.6%. Some of the main causes of death are accidental injection of fat into large veins, which then travels up to the heart, lungs or brain. In some cases, blood clots can travel to lungs or fat could be injected into the wrong sites, causing a risk of fat necrosis.
So no matter what crap you're injected in your butt, it's still foreign substances. You can't take something from one part of your body and put it in another part of your body. Your white blood cells is still going to see that as a foreign substance. So whether it's silicone, concrete, or your own body fat, your white blood cells are still going to have an adverse reaction to adding some crap to your butt. So go ahead, D.
So yeah, I think that I think it is very trendy. I think that's obvious when we see the the incline of women that are getting it done. I don't know what the source was for that video, but even they mentioned that it's a popular and fast growing procedure. I think it's obviously not an issue that's just for the Western world. We know that South Korea is the #1 place for cosmetic surgery. The young girls are indoctrinated at a very young age to be concerned about their grooming and how they look and their appearance. So it's definitely a global issue that we have, mostly in developed countries where women are fixated on how they look. And of course, that translates in society. It's a form of social capital to be beautiful. Lookism exists. Men, of course, have their desires and things like that. So it's definitely not just an us issue. I think the BBL may be something that's more on this side of the hemisphere, but just the desire to be attractive is something that a lot of women in the world deal with.
Okay, so just a question, because what I want to do, just me in particular, due to the fact that, hold on, somebody's in the background and I need to see your face and I'll bring you up, but you need to show your face. Okay, gotcha. So I want to get a better understanding of why, instead of being like, oh, this is crazy, right? So I want to ask you, if you don't mind, why do you think women wear this stuff when most, okay, you know, the way what you got on now, I can only assume that's what you usually wear. So do you see something different than what we men have been saying up on the show? Like, we don't like this mess. Why do women wear this? We're not marrying this. Like, as a woman that wears this stuff, what do you see? Because I want to be open and not judgmental.
Yeah, that's definitely cap. It may be true for many men, it may be true for some men, but ultimately, the more desirable you are in society, the more opportunities are afforded to you. This is true in, just social circles. It's true in the job force. If you're somewhat attractive, somewhat appealing, people are more, I think it's called the halo effect. People are more inclined to believe you, to trust you, to want to be around you. It's not just for trying to get a relationship from a man. It's typically just because, it's something that'll help you. It also makes you feel good. For me, it's an expression of art. I don't always look like this. I switch it up. I do a lot of different things. I'm a makeup artist, so I just do it for fun. But yeah, there's a lot of social capital that comes with being a desirable woman.
Okay. And thank you for saying that, because I never thought about that. It's more of social capital. It's not just what we men are wanting. It's about human beings naturally treat better looking human beings better. And if you can add this or add that, that makes you look better overall from a social standpoint, you'll get treated better. You might get a job faster, like going to an interview looking like you looking versus somebody wearing something else, right?
Sure.
Can I jump in, Mr. Let Go, on that though?
Go ahead.
Let me just say this real quick. Are you saying, D, that you don't think you would have as much opportunity in your natural state? See, that's different than pretty privilege. Okay, what she just said could be true, but it's a little bit different than natural pretty privilege that opens doors.
Wait. How so? Because we're going off of her. Hold on. We're going off of her own experiences.
I'm not going
to stop. I don't date women who wear wigs and stuff. So I have no clue. Do you date women who wear wigs? R-Pain?
No. Okay. I'm married. No, my wife doesn't.
Hold on. So with that being, hold on. So with that being said, we have to look at this from an objective standpoint. I don't know, and you don't know.
That's why I asked her a question. But that's why I asked her a question. I didn't make a statement. I asked her a question.
Okay.
Because my statement is that there is pretty privilege that's natural, but she says that she looks her best self when she makes herself up, and that could be true. I'm not saying that's not true.
I didn't say that.
Well, you gave that impression. What did you say then? Can you repeat that?
I gave that impression.
That's
the impression.
Yes, you did.
That's what I took from what you said. That's
not what she said, though.
That's not what I said.
I'm backing off.
Hold on. Everybody stop. What I heard was, when I wear all this stuff, I feel better and I look better to people, and I get more social capital when I wear all this stuff. Am I wrong?
Yes, you're wrong. I never said when I wear all this stuff. I said when you look attractive. I didn't say, first of all, this is unrelated, but this was a makeup look that I did for an anime. So it's not even, this is something that I'm trying to do to be appealing to men. So typically, if I'm trying to be appealing to a man, I wouldn't do all this stuff. I'm just really extra tonight. So no, I never said when I wear all this stuff, I'm looking my best, or this is the best representation of me. I said when you're attractive in general, which could definitely be natural beauty, if that's, works for the woman, but that's not what I said.
Okay, we may be wrong for that, because you got the stuff on and you're saying that, and we can just only use context clues and just come to a conclusion. So if that's not what you said, that's cool. Just trying to get that straightened out, because like I said, I don't know. I'm just trying to get an understanding, because from on our end, we just like, ain't nobody doing this, ain't nobody doing that. And you are on the other side, potentially, because you said you don't wear that on a normal basis, where you may see something different. And I just want to know, what are you seeing? Because I don't know.
But honestly, there's so much truth to what she's saying. There is that social capitalism, and it's not just for the wanting of attention from men. It's just about in everything that you do. When you walk into a job interview, when you go to the grocery store. I think a while back I explained to you, one of my friends called me. She was broken down on the side of the road with her kids. She had been there for hours. I came to come help her because she called me. I got out the car, and within 20 minutes, I had 3 men on the side of the road trying to help us. And she'd been there for 3 hours.
Well, then how she look, not including because you are.
But that's the point. But that's the whole point of this conversation. How she looks. So there is a social capitalism on these extra aesthetic things. Now, I will say that particular day I was coming from an event, but still at the same time, people put more energy into what they feel are appealing to our eyes. And we hear men say all the time, oh, I don't want this and I don't want that. But the reality of it is that when I feel like I don't want to be bothered by nobody when I leave the house, I pull my hair back in a natural ponytail. I put on some sweats and a t-shirt, and I head out the door. I know I have less. I'm not saying that I don't get step to at all, but I have a more peaceful day where I know no one's gonna come into my circle because and when I don't feel like I know what to do to shut all of that down. On the other hand, on a regular day, it's not a day that goes by when I don't have a man approach me.
Can I
You
say
know
Okay,
what I'm
something?
so
saying?
hold on. We need at least 8 more contributors to the channel. So that would either be via Cash App. My Cash App is running across the bottom of the screen. Aaron with 2 A's 1000. Drop a super chat, or you can easily buy my card game, and that is the main thing I want y'all to do, because I want my card game in the homes of every last one of you, because that right there can give you a better return on your investment than a super chat or a Cash App. But if you want to send $28 as a Cash App super chat, that's cool. But I would rather you send $28 and buy my card game, so you can have my card game in your home that will actually help you date better or understand your family members better, because it's not just a dating card game. It actually, I had the freaking card game with my daughter, and I learned more stuff about my daughter than I even knew in almost in life. She told me a couple of things just playing the card game. I was like, wait, what? Who? How? One of the questions was just a quick question. I mean, a quick thought. One of the questions was, which one of your parents was emotionally unavailable? One of my daughters said mom, and one of my said me. And I'm like, wait, this comes from my card game now, right? How my daughters saying me and one of my daughters saying their mom. So both of my daughters experienced us totally different. So that is an example of what the power of my card game actually is. It brought me and my daughters closer together. So it's not just a dating card game. So if you want to buy my card game, the link is in the chat. And if you're on Instagram, the link is in the caption. I mean, the link is in my bio. Buy this card game and take it and play it with anybody. I don't care if it's with your dog. You'll get a better understanding of whoever is playing it with you. And shout out to Marriage, Politics, and Sports for the love of the game. I appreciate you. But yeah, we got to get these contributions up. So now we need 7 more contributions. I appreciate y'all, but we need 7 more contributions. Let's get these likes up and contribute to the freaking channel. But Master, hold on. Let's go to Master Lee.
What's up?
What's going on with you? What are your thoughts
Can
on
y'all
all
hear
of
me?
this? Yes.
Can y'all hear me well? Good,
yes.
Good. I just actually read the description of the video. Jacky felt pressure to get. I feel like it, you know, from what I just read there and listening to the conversation so far, I feel like there is pressure, but depending on from what kind of man. So there's that. And what she was saying about the anime stuff, I enjoy anime on a daily basis. I'm actually naming my child after an anime character at the moment. So
okay,
I want my child to grow up and be a leader and to know the difference between being a follower and a leader. And I feel like a lot of women are just followers because I'm African American / Native American, but I'm dating a Caucasian female. And the only reason because of that is because I've been focused on finding a natural woman, like you said, a woman that doesn't wear weave or wigs and put on makeup all the time and looking to get BBLs and Botox and surgeries and so forth. So I felt like my path has led me to this woman, and I'm so proud to be with somebody of the other race or Caucasian race. But I feel real bad for my sisters though, because it's like y'all missed out on so many good men just from wearing weaves, just from asking somebody to pay for your nails and all of this clownery that's been given to us as a people. And I hope one day my sisters could really wake up from that. But shout outs to anime.
And just the piggyback on what he said, it's a real thing. Like our women are very dysfunctional, and it's not just the wig stuff, it's the attitude, is this. So it's like it's either the attitude or the wigs, or it's the
It
BBLs,
creates an
or
energy.
and it gives you a headache where you just like, yo, why can't I find a normal, natural woman who is a
It's
normal
like five
acting
of them.
woman? It's like
It's like
it's
five of them.
yeah, and I'm never going to be the guy who says it's not any good women out here. There's some plenty good women out here. But to the typical man, it's like always something, and you like, and the something ain't you too short or you too this and that. It's like a glaring issue. And dudes just be like, what in the world?
Yeah.
So then that being said, can you say since you're if you find a natural woman, she's bat crap crazy, or if you find or she's all weaved up and all, so the issue's not the BBLs and the lashes and the weaves. The issue lies somewhere else.
Yeah, it's just like okay.
If
You
you
ever
want that
played? You
stuff,
ever?
that's not
Hold on,
good.
hold on. You ever played the little game where you got the little hammer and the little things just pop up and you hit them, and then the little things pop up.
Whack-a-mole.
Whack-a-mole, right? It's kind of like that. It's either this or it's almost like, okay, what is going to be your problem? And I know women have that too. Women have problems out of dudes also. But at least you ain't got to worry about a dude with a fake beard or fake hair or a fake arm or a fake penis. And then he's perfect and you find out his penis is fake. At least you ain't got to worry about that. So it's like y'all's issue is personality. The dude, if he tall, he tall. If the dude is fit, he's fit, right? You ain't got to worry about that part. It's you only have to worry about the personality. You ain't got to worry about a fake penis or fake legs or fake something. It's just the personality side. We got to deal. A woman can have a perfect personality and then find out her damn hairs. It's just
that's just like I'm gonna get you sucker.
Hey, can I add something here? Let me add something here, Mr. Letgo. Listen,
go ahead.
Ms. Tina, you said something about when you just want to tone it down, you'll come outside, just in regular sweats or something, as opposed to being glammed up, right? So when you're glammed up, if you're going on an interview or you're doing something, you look like it's a little bit of attention. So you would expect men to give you a little bit more attention by doing that. But it's how you look when you're not glammed up and how you act when you're not glammed up that counts. Do you walk out there with a resting bitch face or do you walk out there with the same demeanor? See, that's the kind of thing that makes it different.
The point.
Right? So as far as I'm concerned, I like natural women. I might have hollered at you even with that because I could see through that, right? If I was when I got hooked up with my wife, she had natural hair and all that kind of stuff. And if I wanted a woman in the modern era, I would have to see she would have to take all of that shit off because I would have to see what she looks like. Just bare whatever. So, because I want to see the way you act in a natural setting and how comfortable you are with yourself, because that matters.
Yeah.
So even if you like a weave or you like eyelashes or makeup, that's cool. But if you're not comfortable with yourself in your regular natural state, then we got an issue from the jump street, right? Because we have, especially if we're going to get into a relationship, because that leads to other kind of psychosis and stuff like that. So, I mean,
psychosis is a real thing too. Go ahead, Tina. I want to hear from Tina.
No, I use that example just to say.
Tina.
No,
Tina.
I know. That's why I picked up a good example.
Hold on.
I'm not classifying you though.
Hold on. Can you back away from the microphone?
Oh, okay. I got my headset on.
It's like
Is that better?
It's some extra. Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I have my headset on. I use that example just to make the point of that there is a such thing as the social capitalism, that it's a real thing. And you're speaking from your perspective, but I need you to look broader to your peers, your other men, and see how they're moving, how they're stepping. It's easy for you to sit here and say what you like, but outside of yourself, and not just men of your age, just think about the younger men, think about just a broad spectrum of men. And the unfortunate thing is that you guys do flock to women with all of these things. We have men such as yourself who say, no, we don't want this, we don't want that. But 80% of you, the moment y'all see the weave and the lashes step out the door, you on her like white on rice. I mean, and that's what's real. Now, as far as myself, I will say 80% of the time I don't have lashes or anything on. That's because I'm just chilling. And there's levels to this. Like Dee said, this is not her everyday look. She just came, you know. So there's days when I may have something that's like I'm just gonna use my picture because I ain't coming on camera right now. I'm ready for bed. I'm wrapped up. But like my picture, that's probably my everyday look. I don't have any lashes or anything on, but I do have hair extensions and I have a light makeup. I have a light beat on. That's my everyday look. But when I really want to step it up, I pop some color on. I put some a little bit longer lashes. We put on a little bit more, um, our lips. We do a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? There's
Can I
levels
say
to
something,
this,
Mhm.
Tina?
but it's not to say that we're not comfortable in our own skin where these women do exist. I think you guys are putting
No, no,
way too much emphasis on some of this stuff.
no. Wait, one thing, Tina. Let me say this to you. I didn't mean it as extreme as you're saying. Let me ask you this: when you're just regular, like when you say you go out with light makeup, no lashes, and stuff like that, would you say that the men that do step to you in that natural state are a little bit more serious than the guys who just glam up on you when you're extra glammed? In
No,
terms of, you know what I'm saying?
no. Yeah, I know what you're saying, and I'm telling you no.
Okay, okay.
It's
So
not.
our pain, what the ladies have been saying for the last 30 minutes is no. You're looking at things from your own vantage point, and the answer is no.
Sometimes you gotta hit a
No.
guy in the head a couple of times.
I
Sometimes you
get what
gotta
you're
hit a
saying,
guy in
but
the head a couple of
but we
times.
we
Don't forget
gotta
it.
we
I
we
got you.
gotta
I got you.
we gotta listen as men. Like we get mad at women who be like, but I feel like, but I just feel like, and we be like, no, I'm telling you, that's not the thing. But I just feel like we men can't do that either. You get what I'm saying? So these
No, I
are
do.
this is their realities, not ours, you know?
Like we
May I
know
say
how to
something?
manipulate the system
Uh
based on our appearance.
yeah. So country, I mean cookie.
I feel like you know how you mentioned Maslow's hierarchy earlier. I think
Mm-hmm.
people are moving from Maslow's to Darwinism, and I say that because it's going straight to like survival of the fittest because they're being pounded over the head with these looks and these relationships, and it's just a lot right now. And basically, I'm
Mm-hmm.
trying to figure out a way to say it in layman's terms. It's basically when people become or feel more powerful, they feel like they become more powerful in society when they're better or innately better, right? So
Better
not
meaning look better?
huh?
Look better, you mean? What do you mean better?
Just better. So that would be looks, that would be attitude, that would looks would definitely fall into that category, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they feel like looking better brings in them more power. So that's
Okay.
a like a Darwinistic society more than Maslow. So I think it's moving from their needs, they're skipping their needs and jumping right into I need to be this power and gain power by looking a certain type of way. So they're skipping all the rest of their needs just to look good and be accepted in society.
Okay.
I have a
In
question for
what
Cookie.
society?
Tina. Go ahead, Tina.
So would you agree that that it works.
Ladies, does it work?
Does what work? Looking better?
Right. All all these different things that women, since we're talking, I mean, I think we sort of migrated a little bit away from the BBLs, but all these extra things, do you
Well,
think
that's a
that
part of it, right?
right, it's a part of it. Do you
Yeah.
think that it works to an extent? Does it really have a place?
I think it works short term for the BBLs, but if you're pretty, you're pretty. Short term for BBLs and weaves and stuff like that, it depends on what you want out of life. But I absolutely, if I go out in sweats looking like a coach, to shop for groceries, I get less cat calls than if I'm getting ready to go somewhere nice and I've dressed up. So absolutely, it depends on what you're looking for. I don't measure my life with cat calls though. So
I think some women do though.
well, yeah,
But it's not.
absolutely.
But you're narrowing it down to catcalls. Back to what Dee was saying. This doesn't just pertain to what attention you get from men. For instance, Tyler Perry, he literally said he only hires what he considers to be pretty people now because he know that is what sells.
I understand. I had a coach tell me one time he only recruited pretty track girls. So I get it. I get what you're talking about. I mean, it's definitely a thing, but I think women have figured out the system and taken it too far. That's what I believe.
Right. I mean, I agree.
Men don't like it.
Right. I agree with your looks might get you in the door, but it ain't gonna keep you there.
No, absolutely. It's definitely short term. So
I
it all
agree with
depends on
that.
where you are and what your goals are. Like I said before, like if you're walking into an office, you don't want to look a bum. You want to look like a scholar. If you're walking into a coach's office, you want to look like a coach. If you're walking into a beauty pageant, you want to look like a beauty. If you're walking, it just all depends. You have to play the field the way that you to survive. You know what I mean? So if you're going in to coach or to be a janitor and you got all these lashes on and these long nails, they're gonna be like, well, she's not ready to work. You know, so it all just depends on what you're doing and what you want.
Yeah, that makes sense. So, Alexa, you came back up. What are your thoughts after hearing all this?
I wanted to touch back on if looks just take you somewhere. I definitely think it do. I definitely think there is such thing as pretty privilege. I think women having BBLs may be just like you said, a short term enhancement to get you somewhere. Like if you're trying to live a city girl life, if you want to live a certain lifestyle, absolutely. But as far as men actually taking you serious, I don't think it's gonna do that much for you. Like I was saying before, I don't think
Let's go.
I don't think I know any women with BBLs who are actually married. So I can name a few, you know, so yeah, I think just being a naturally pretty woman definitely takes you much
Hey
further.
man, shout out to my natural women worldwide.
Shout
I
out
just
to the
wanted to
natural
say
women,
something
man.
quick.
Go ahead.
God made you perfect. God made you perfect.
God did not make you perfect. Nah, come on, man. We ain't gonna do that. We're not gonna do that. God didn't make nobody
That's my
perfect. We're
personal
not
belief.
perfect.
I was raised
We can't be
in the
lying to
belief
these women now.
of God.
God
Nah,
made
some
some of these
women,
women.
Let him
I
finish.
get
He
it.
said I'm perfect.
War.
Keep going.
Oh, you said
No, I
unperfect.
believe this is this is real life. Like this is something I've been promoting for some time. I actually have some merch on my IG called God Made You Perfect, and that's to combat the severity of this situation that our people are facing when it comes to this what's the word it's called, the body dysmorphia. Yeah, so you keep like trying to portray these things, and real life men love natural women. All of that, those are the men that like that stuff are not, if you could look at them, they're not stand-up guys. They're not the guys you really want to be married to. like she was saying, some of these women, they do get you in the door, do get you in places, but though sometimes, you know, depending on those people, that's probably where they want to be. But for real people, don't nobody really want to be there.
How does that combat body dysmorphia?
Hold on, say it again.
How does that combat body dysmorphia?
Yeah.
I think she's talking about your product, my guy.
Yeah.
Because people are, I'm saying people are dying. Like while we sitting here having this conversation, there's people getting BBLs at this exact moment. And like he was saying, it goes into your bloodstream, catch a heart attack, all of this to impress who?
So body dysmorphia isn't about impressing anyone. It's psychological warfare in your mind that you're inadequate or that there's something wrong. They're not doing it to impress anyone if they have body dysmorphia.
So that's why I have a campaign called
hold on, brother. Hold on. The BBLs are making the BBLs are making the women's bodies deformed, which is body dysmorphia.
Body dysmorphia is when you see your body, see yourself differently than how it actually is. It's psychological warfare.
Well, that's kind of like what Cookie said. Hold on. That's what Cookie just said a minute ago. Some of these women have no idea that they look, how crazy they look when they get BBLs, and they walk around like, I've seen it myself. They walk around like they think they fine and they look crazy. So that's body dysmorphia.
That's fine. But what I'm saying is he can't combat something that they have psychologically going on by saying you're perfect. They're not trying to impress anyone. They're dealing with something internally.
And I want to say this. I totally agree with you. I know that's hold on, bro. I know that's your brand, but lying to women is actually making them worse. They ain't perfect. No, it's not God did not make.
It's not a brand.
On, brother. Calm down for a second. I'm talking. Calling women perfect is actually making women worse, because that's what women do to each other, and that's the reason why they so screwed up now. Because so many ignorant people are running around telling women that they're perfect. They're not perfect. We all need to go to the gym. We all need to go to therapy. We all have work to do. So running around thinking that we're perfect and we're just fresh out the box after, because you got to remember, all of us have dealt with a certain amount of physical trauma, emotional trauma, or we eating trauma, all the crap we eating. We've literally ruined our bodies in a lot of different ways. We ruin our minds in certain different ways. So we are no longer perfect. So if somebody was perfect, when you first came out the womb, but your ass ain't perfect now. So that's the thing, that we can't be running around lying to women talking about they perfect. They not. They need work. Men need work. We need to focus on, hey, you individual, you got work to do. Look in the mirror and figure out what that work is and go do it, and stop circumventing the work by getting all these damn surgeries because you're trying to skip steps. That's what needs to be talked about.
Yeah, I believe it's more of a mental illness than it is vanity. I said that before.
Aaron, it hurts my feelings when you say things like I'm not perfect.
Sorry. Too bad. But you're not perfect.
Shout out to all my queens in the building.
None of y'all asses are perfect.
Now we all got to hit the gym and eat fruit stuff.
Yeah. Not queens. I thought you said the white women were the queens.
No, you didn't say white women were queens.
We all come.
okay.
All women queens.
Okay.
But you go lying again.
That's the terminology. You ain't never seen.
You supposed to enjoy lying to women all the time.
I actually don't.
No. I'm bringing back the truth right now.
That's what you do. You just lie to women.
You just gotta wake up a little bit. No, I'm saying what I'm really saying on a surface level is that God made you perfect, but on the behind the scenes, you don't need.
When you were a baby, but now your mom done ruined your life, and now you're no longer perfect.
You don't need makeup. You don't need lipstick. You don't need eyelashes. Your natural eyelashes are perfect and beautiful. Maybe you do need to go to the gym, do them squats because you want a big butt, right? So there's like you said, you can skip steps, but you don't have to. Health is wealth. And from the indoctrinations that we've been given and all of these different ways to spend our money and these money sucks, we need to cut it and get back to ourselves, our real selves. You are beautiful. Stop capping to yourself.
So let me ask you ladies something.
Well, let's cap.
Do y'all think wearing wigs and getting all this surgery, do you think is meant to hide what people don't see? Like, in my opinion, I think women who wear wigs, they're hiding their fat necks. And the reason why, that's the reason why they wear wigs, because their neck be fat. Is this true?
He might be.
Yes,
Hold on, ladies.
yes, it's true.
Thank you.
I don't know about that.
Women
one in
love
particular.
hiding their neck. Is a real thing. Women love hiding their neck. Never trust
the
a
neck is a
woman.
dead giveaway.
Yeah, never trust a woman that's hiding their neck every time you see her. You see her one time, cool. You don't know her. But if you see her 3-4 times and she's hiding her neck, do not trust her.
Think she's
I've
not
never heard
trustworthy
that.
either?
I've never heard
How come you
that
can't trust him,
before.
Mr. LetGo?
Don't trust a woman that's hiding her neck.
I think
He
it's
had
just a
it, though. He
trend.
had it.
I think it's just
What'd you
a
say,
trend.
Alexis?
I think the wigs and these lashes are just a trend. I think it's just a phase. I never
When is
heard that
it
they're
gonna
trying
go
to.
away? When?
I
It's
think
a
it's
long
gonna
ass
go.
question.
I think it's
It's
gonna
been
go
going for a
away
while.
when men
It's kind of
stop
like when you
giving
go to
these
hell and
women
you're like, yo, when is
attention.
the burning gonna stop?
No, I think it's gonna go away when men stop giving those type of women attention. That's why these women do it, because they still get
That's why it's
attention.
not going away,
They're
Lexus.
never going away.
That's why it's not going to go away.
They're more smashable, so that's not
Well,
going to go away.
maybe once we
Whoa,
bring shame culture
whoa.
back, once we
Whoa,
bring
what?
shaming
What
back,
about the
that's
wife?
when it will go away.
Amen. Somebody got to pray for
No,
it.
I
We
think
need to.
shame. I think shame is a slippery slope, because I'm going away from the whole shame stuff, because I don't want more women dying, because in my opinion, because it's two sides of a sword. These podcasters, including myself, run around saying women are this or women are that or whatever, whatever you want to call it, right? A woman can be listening to all of us men being like, you know what? I can't, I gotta do something. And they too lazy to go to the gym. I gotta go get surgery because I don't need these men talking about me. You know, the Kevin Samuels of the world, what's your age, what's your shoe size, what's your blood type, and you don't deserve this and that. You ain't, all this stuff. It can put a woman in a position where she's like, you know what? I gotta do something, because you gotta understand, whether you like it or not, our women are inherently lazy when it comes to the physicality of, they'll take their ass they'll go to college for 4 to 6 years, but they ain't going to the gym for 1 year, not 1 year straight. So I forgot who said that. I'm just concurring with them because one of the ladies said that. So the whole thing about it is, you gonna go get BBL surgery if you feel less than, instead of going to the gym, because going to the gym takes 6 to 8 months. So my whole thing is, shaming women is gonna cause more women to lose their lives.
I don't know. I mean, just think, when I was in like elementary school, middle school, when a woman had, like, those little fake ponytails that our moms used to slap on her head. They used to gel our hair down, put those fake ponytails on her head. When you get caught with weave, you got shamed, like, you got bullied. Big women got bullied, and now it's like praised upon. It's like, if you don't have weave in your head, now they're looking at you like, oh, you're less than because you're just a plain Jane. So I think
Oh,
we should.
meaning it's a women then, right? It's a women doing this to other women.
Yeah, that part I'm definitely gonna say the women, because let's just be real, these men don't know the difference between a lot of stuff, like, when women wear different type of wigs and hair, it's like, I'm not that abreast to it because I don't wear it, but some women, like, they know the brands down to the T, and it's like, oh girl, you got that Jacky virgin Nigerian Remy, you know what I mean? So it's like, they know. Like, men don't know. They don't know. Men can't even tell unless a woman got like some some hair going down to her kneecaps. Most men probably think a lot of hair is real, to be honest. So these men don't know. The women, in my opinion, the men are pressing other women when it comes to the hair and the nails and the makeup. But as far as the BBLs, I think men play a role in that as well, because at the end of the day, women are seeing, okay, well, these women are getting attention. These women are blowing up on Instagram. So if I look like that, then I'll get the same type of attention.
So let me play this video real quick. Let me play this video.
Are different. I agree. They're different. Like, I don't get the. I don't get.
Hold on, let me start over. All right, here we go.
Even the men that I attract are different. I agree. They're different. Like, I don't get the. Hey, yo, mom, I don't get that. That happened. Beautiful queen, how was your morning? I get.
Can we talk about it? Why do you get a different response? And do you believe that this has something to do with, like you said, natural versus not natural? I feel like long hair down 40 inches like compared to not.
Even to kind of piggyback off her when you said the social media thing, just that the overall how people view, like, oh, the girl that has the implants, the long Brazilian hair, she wants the man that's pulling up in the Rolls Royce or whatever. The girl that's natural, they look at it as, oh, she's okay with who I am.
She's down to earth.
She's down to earth.
So what do y'all think about that?
Oh, let me go first. Okay, so I have a question for the men who just saw that. The young lady who was talking with her hair locked up, would you say she's an all-natural woman?
Her hair is.
Well, look at it like this, because I know where you're getting at. Because I was on set with her when she said that. They all go to makeup people because they're on TV. So I understand what you're saying, but I know her personally, and she's all natural. She's only wearing makeup because they made her up because she was on the show.
So she wasn't wearing makeup prior.
She wasn't wearing makeup prior. She wore makeup because before you go on, they have an MUA people that beat their face. That's what they call it.
So then my question is, why wasn't she acceptable to come on set without her lashes and her makeup?
Altogether,
that's a fact.
When you're on TV, it's understandable that a woman wants to look a certain way on TV. If you have a blemish, because this is what happens on these type of shows, because I'm on it. If you got a blemish or you do this or you say that or whatever, you're gonna have all kinds of people in the comments like, yo, his neck is this, or his arms is this, or his forehead is that, and don't nobody want to hear all that. So when it comes to a woman, what's going on with her eyes? Like, I can show you a video right now where a woman has a gray eye and a black eye, and all the comments is like, what's going on with her eye? So if somebody could give her a contact that make both her eyes, her pupils black, she would have done it when it comes to TV. So it is a difference, because you don't want to hear that, when it comes to a big platform. So it's a little bit of a difference.
My point is, there's no bigger platform than the world, and nothing changes whether you're on TV or you're not. You face the same issues. There's going to be,
if you got 12 followers versus being on a platform when you got millions of people watching, there's a difference. You don't go on Good Morning America just looking like anything. If I go on Good Morning America, I'm not wearing no.
Her without makeup is her looking like anything.
It's just like if I were doing a photo shoot.
Is if I go on Good Morning America, I'm not wearing no BetterHelp t-shirt. I'm wearing a suit. It's a little bit of a difference when you're on TV. That's all I'm saying. I'm shooting the women bail.
I mean, just
but still, the sister herself though said that she gets approached differently with her natural state. She said that. That's kind of what I said before.
Makeup. She's talking about her experience or without the makeup. So yeah.
No,
yeah,
but
so
what I really
that's where I was coming. That's where I was coming from before. I just think that, when some guys look at women when they're all glammed up, they might just immediately be thinking about smashing. So they're going to approach these different women to see if they could test to get an easy leg. If a woman looks a little bit more refined, but a little bit more refined, even laid back, they know that they probably have to come a little bit more correct.
Yes.
And so they have to get to know the woman a little bit. So it's not all on the women. I think men approach women differently the way they present themselves.
And
you know,
I say this
it's not
all the
because
time.
I'm an old head. I just think it's true.
And
I say
agree
this all the
100%.
time. I have two types of women. A woman that I would smash and a woman that I would want to be with. And the woman that I would smash, I don't necessarily care if she got a BBL or not. I don't care. She got fat ass, we going. Go ahead,
Let me
Tina.
just say this too. Those 3 women that we see, the one with the little box hair, the little colored one, I would talk to her. The one with the long hair coming down off dragging on the floor, I would be thinking nothing but smashing. And the loud one, I wouldn't even talk to. I wouldn't even talk to her. I mean, I'm just telling you, that's how I look at the difference between women.
I got you. So
Can we be honest though? Because I think someone earlier said the quiet part out loud about feeling that because a woman is natural, she's easier to approach. Don't you feel that if a woman is done up, she's more out of your league?
No.
And so you're already made up the decision in your mind that all you're going to do is sleep with her?
It's the opposite.
Even though you,
The woman that is easier to approach is a woman that has all this crap on. The woman that we have to actually make sure our stuff is together is a natural woman.
That's right.
But
I
who
think
would
a
you
lot
be
of
more
natural
likely
women-
to approach?
Hold on. Go ahead, D. Let her finish.
You'd be
D?
more likely to approach which one? The IG baddie? You'd feel comfortable coming up to her in a club. That's what you're telling me?
Because we know she's not an IG baddie. She has a whole bunch of self-esteem. That's why she got her shit on.
But that's what
She
an
has
IG baddie is,
self-esteem.
right?
No. Well,
like real
okay.
Yes.
We're not talking about an IG baddie. Let's go down this rabbit hole. The IG baddie is selling ass and she ain't got no man. So she is easier to smash. If you want to go
But
there.
you
IG
wouldn't
baddie is
approach
one
her.
that's the most desperate.
Not true.
But you're more likely to be one of her many followers. So wouldn't you say you're less likely to approach her because of the fact that she has...
I would throw her $40 to have sex with her. That's what. But I would never throw the girl with a natural hair $40 to have sex with her.
Well, maybe that's for you. I just feel like men are more likely to approach a natural woman because they think she's easier. First of all, natural hair care is expensive. I don't know.
Hold on, wait. Hold on, D. Right now, I told our pain that he ain't listening to y'all. Now I got to tell you that you ain't listening to us. We've been saying for the last hour, we look at women who have all this crap on as smashable and easier to have sex with. All of us said that multiple times.
So
Now
I'm
you
asking
are
our
listening.
pain, has he ever had the opportunity to actually approach a woman who looks like what he's described, and was he successful with her?
Yeah. No.
And I have
There's
too.
There's 2 questions. The first one is I always talk to women who were out of my league. That's because I'm old. I used to have to go. I didn't have no dating apps. I'm casting iron through the rejection and all that kind of stuff because I was looking for women back in the 80s and 90s, right in the 80s. You know, so I had to go talk to women, all kinds of women. I got my ass through the roof. And so, you know, until I met my wife. And you know what? Some people thought I overstepped my boundaries with her. But I just knew the difference with women. If you were too loud, I didn't want to have anything to do with you. If you were reserved, then I talked to you. And if you were some fine chick, yeah, I shot my shot. Got shot down a lot. But that's the way of the world.
So,
you know? I'm not even lying.
What
you know,
he's
so I
saying
keep my marriage picture there so I can remember how I used to look. So you know what I'm saying? So
what? Hold on. So what what he's saying is we approach women. We don't confident men are going to approach a woman. And I say myself, I have 2 types of women. The woman with the fat ass with the little stupid shit on, and you got the woman that don't have a fat ass and has a natural hair. And I'm going to treat them differently. I'm going to approach them differently, just like the young lady said in the video. Their approach is totally different. It's a little bit more disrespectful when she has all this stuff on because she's probably, sadly, I'm just going to say it, she's probably used to it. I would never go at a woman with natural hair in some type of, hey, or shit, hey, come here. I wouldn't do that to a natural woman because she's going to look at me like I'm crazy. But I would say that to a wig wearer or a chick with a look crazy eyelashes on because she's used to that type of behavior toward her. Including the IG baddie. The IG baddie is used to rappers and dumb dudes and dudes who just gonna, throw her some money and then smash and leave. The natural hair woman, most likely she ain't used to that, and she'll be like, excuse me? Who do you think you talk to?
Can I add something in, Mr. Aaron?
Go ahead.
Okay, so I definitely resonate with the woman with the locks in the video because from what I've seen, natural women tend to be a lot more feminine and in tune with themselves. And I think that alone is going to set you apart from other women, and men are gonna already know, okay, this is a different type of woman that I'm dealing with, so I need to come correct. I can't come to her, and I mean, just the stigma. Like when you see a woman with weave or a lot of makeup and lashes, like most men are gonna think that she is attracted to the typical thug or rapper that most
Dumb dude.
black
Yeah.
women idolize anyway. But I mean, I'm from the suburbs anyway, but I like nerdy guys, so I don't even get approached by those type of men. And if they do approach me, they already know. If it's illiterate as they may sound, they already know. I can't just say, "Hey, shawty." Like I have to actually speak to her a different type of way. So I definitely agree with the men on this one that they definitely categorize women according to how they look and how they put themselves together.
And
Oh
I
yeah,
would
D, I don't
say,
approach women
hold
anymore
on,
because
hold
I'm
on, hold
married.
on, hold on, hold on, hold on. I've been around all these women in person except for D. So yeah, I can speak for them in person. I've been around, so I've been around them. So other than D, I'm just letting y'all know it's a difference. It's a vast difference.
I will say this. Our pain. He mentioned something a little bit earlier. And I'm just curious about the men. What your idea of it is? He mentioned that when he mentioned being more refined. Now, that can come with or without hair weave, and I do believe that that's more so what it is, because I think there's this stigma that if you have lashes or makeup or extension that you're not refined. And going back to the young lady that was in the video, she was absolutely beautiful. But at the end of the day, she also had on eyelashes and makeup. If you would have saw her in person with that same makeup on and those same lashes, you would have still said she's beautiful on or off of camera because she's just a beautiful person. And she is what you would consider refined. Just like there are a lot of women who do every woman doesn't wear these super long eyelashes. Every woman doesn't wear their hair like over the top. A lot of women like a more natural look. And I think a lot of men are attracted to that, regardless of whether it's weave or whether or not they actually have maybe some natural looking lashes on or not. I could be wrong, but that's just been my experience from my friends, myself, and a lot of other women that I know.
And hold on real quick. Let me read these super chats. Hold on one second. Shout out to Yolita. I appreciate you for the super chat. Shout out to Blessings. Thank you for the super sticker. Let's get these. Put some color in this chat, y'all. Let's get these contributions up. We've been talking and running our mouths, but I would have just cut the show because y'all ain't contributing. So I need y'all to contribute to the channel. To the people who already contribute, to the people who bought the card game, I appreciate y'all. Go ahead, Alexis.
I just wanted to go off of what Miss Tina was saying. I definitely see what you're saying on that. I think with the point that you're making, it really just comes down to like, yeah, she's on TV and she's wearing makeup, but it's For the most part, I'm pretty sure 90% of the time she is natural bare face, natural hair. But I think it also comes down to the energy as well. Just how Mr. Payne was saying, the loud one, I wouldn't even talk to her because of her energy. Like it's just giving obnoxious, it's giving overbearing. So I think when she spoke, like it makes you just listen to her because she's just so fluid and just her essence in general. So even if a woman does have makeup on, which is fine, I think it also comes down to other things as well.
Well, I'm not against makeup, by the way, especially in moderation. I didn't say that. And the one with the whatever colored hair, I didn't even notice her eyelashes because they weren't those big butterfly, let me put some motor on them and fly away kind of eyelashes. So I mean, anything in moderation, but I could see the real woman underneath the way she looks still.
So then why would it matter that you have makeup on?
No. I'm saying I'm not.
Because my thing is, at the end of the night, wigs come off, makeup comes off. She's natural, right? I thought you wanted natural.
Yeah.
But how? Okay, hold on. Let me ask that question. I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. I don't know.
Let's get it.
I don't know. The wig wearers that I've slept with, they never took their wig off because they didn't stick around long enough for me to actually ever see their without the wig.
I had one stick around though.
So I've slept with, hold on, y'all. I've slept with women who wear wigs, but I never stuck around long enough to see them without their wig, and I never really cared to. So just a question, because I don't know. What happens when a man sees you with all this stuff off because you look totally different? No person could. If I had dreads and it was a wig, I would not look like I look now. So you cannot say you look the same way when you take the stuff off. What does that do to a man when what happens then?
You don't look the same, but if a man is saying he likes a natural look, shouldn't he like your natural look more than your made up look?
Yes.
The question is, if a man dates, okay, what you got on now? You said you don't usually wear this, right? A man approaches you and say you wear this all the time. So 3-4 dates, you have all this on. Y'all get used to each other 6 dates down or whatever, and you finally take it off. Ain't he no longer attracted to you when he take all this stuff off?
So then he didn't like me natural. He liked me made up. I'm talking about men who say they prefer the natural look. But if you're saying you prefer a natural look, wouldn't you automatically be more inclined to see my natural beauty and find that more desirable than my made up look?
If your natural beauty was
because I ain't seen it.
If you're a man who says you prefer natural.
Hold on.
Everybody's
guys,
not naturally
stop. Let me just stop, y'all. Let me have a conversation with D. My question is, not me, a guy that sees you like that, and he sees you 7-8 times, and y'all get close, and he first sees you without it. No matter what he's looking for, he was attracted to that because that's what he came up on and started talking to you. What happens when you take it off? You look different.
Right, but that's not what I was saying. I was saying people like you and our Payne who said you prefer a natural woman.
Answer the question. What happens to the guy that sees you and you take the stuff off? What happens to him?
Nothing happens. For me personally, I'm still gorgeous. So nothing happens for me personally. But I'm guessing what you're getting at is he's going to be no longer attracted because he preferred wigs and lashes.
Let me answer for myself.
No, I'm trying to get her. So yes.
Answer.
So like, what happens?
But if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. But what I'm saying is men who keep saying, I prefer natural, I want you natural, then when she becomes natural and you no longer find her attractive, you're looking for something more than just natural. You're looking for
you wearing a wig, and he's okay with you wearing the wigs and stuff. I'm not saying a man that wants natural. If a man approaches if a man approaches you and you have that on, that means he does not prefer natural. He prefers that. So when you take it off, isn't it then a problem?
Well, if he prefers this, he knows that this is not woke up like this looks, right? I feel like a man, all the men that I've been with know that I do makeup, and they know that I cosplay and stuff. So they're already anticipating me to not look the same on a day-to-day basis. So that's not an issue for me. But I'm also super gorgeous without it. So there's that. But what I was talking about is men that say they prefer natural looks. You should want to see that woman natural and find that more attractive. If you don't, you're looking for something beyond just natural. You're looking for a specific look with the natural.
You're not talking about me, though. She's not talking about me, because I do prefer natural women. But then again, that's where my age gap comes in, MrLetGo and everybody else. I'm older than a lot of folks here. And back then, more women used to be natural all the time. I mean, you made me go back in my mind and my memory banks of my girls before I got married. Just about all of them were natural. I mean, a little bit of makeup. Women put a little rouge and shit on, but they always had their natural hair. Some had short hair, some had long hair, but it was all natural. It was no weaves. It was no kind of thing, in the morning, I looked at somebody who had to take some shit off. So that's where I come from. So
you never dated a woman who had to take her braids down?
No. Natural braids or
braids aren't natural. Braids aren't natural.
Braids.
That's not her hair.
No. I'm trying to tell you, back in the day, all the women I had their natural hair. They had natural.
Arpain, answer her question. When she took her braids down, what did you feel or
He
see?
was saying,
I'm trying
back
to
in the
understand
days,
what
we
you
used
mean
to
take
have
her braids
braids with
down.
beads with our natural hair, not with extensions in it back in the days.
Yeah,
Straight
they
out
were
hair.
natural braids.
Okay, so it was mixed in with. Okay, I agree.
It
I
wasn't
agree.
it wasn't with weave at all. We used to wear just natural braids. We might put some
Yeah.
beads or something on it, but it was all natural hair.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got you. And just to concur with, hold on, Arpain. To concur with Arpain, my ex-wife, natural to this day, still natural. Ain't never wearing that natural stuff, and I'm glad, because even though we ain't together no more, she still represents me as my ex-wife when she out in these streets. If she ever had a wig on, I would look at her like she's freaking crazy.
That's what I do with my wife.
I always dated natural hair women, especially when I was younger. Not one woman would have a freaking wig on. So the world has, flipped on its side, and is what it is. And a lot of us older guys feel, saddened and depressed by the state of our women.
A lot of us younger guys too.
Yeah. Oh, really?
I think people are just taking it to a whole nother level. Like, makeup is supposed to be an enhancement. It's not supposed to make up 90% of your beauty. But if a man,
enhancement.
I think it should just be an enhancement. But this
know
is
it's a
also
lot of
for
people.
someone who doesn't.
Hold on, can
really
y'all
care.
stop interrupting people? Go ahead, Alexis.
I'm thinking that makeup should just be an enhancement. I don't think it should make up 90% of someone's beauty to where you have to put on a full face to feel comfortable going outside. But if a man meets you and you have makeup on, fine. He may prefer you to be natural if you are appealing to him natural, because every woman is not going to look pretty natural. That's why they put makeup on, and that's fine. But I mean, it's been times I've had makeup on at an event and I meet someone and they see me without it and they love my natural face more. Like, it just depends on how you look natural. But I think people are just taking it to a whole nother level when they have the contour, the highlight, it's just so much that they have on. You just look a completely different shade than what you would normally look like. It's just a lot. It's definitely a lot. I think a lot of women are looking very artificial with it, but makeup can be natural though. You have nude makeup that women can do, but then you start doing the extra colors. Like, it's getting to a point where it's just a lot. It's a lot.
I understand that. I totally understand. It's a lot, but it's just, I don't know. So what's going on?
MrLetGo, I gotta cut out. MrLetGo, I gotta go. Let me go real quick. Hey, ladies, thanks.
Right.
I don't have anything against any way anybody else wants to be. that's fine. So I'm not passing judgment. I was just making my statements. That's it. But thanks for letting me up, Mr. Letgo. Thanks for meeting all you guys on the panel. I
Nice
gotta
to
roll.
meet you.
Thank you. Appreciate
Take
you.
it easy, everybody.
Thank you. Appreciate you. What's going on, Leonard? How you doing?
Oh man, I'm wonderful. I was just listening to the conversation and I noticed a whole lot of I feel, which is normal. Feeling isn't knowing, is it?
Huh?
So if women say, well, I feel, okay, that's your personal perspective on things. Feeling is not knowing. You could feel that two apples are two oranges. That don't make those two apples two oranges, even though you feel that way. You see what I'm saying?
Women are women.
I didn't say women weren't women, did I?
No, you did not. But you're saying that we
That's a
feel.
deflection.
No,
That's a deflection right there.
let me finish. I'm saying when you say you hear that we feel, women feel. That's just how women are.
I
We're
know
gonna say
this.
that.
That's what I said. Did I not?
Right. So I don't
Okay, I
understand
don't
how.
I don't mix my words
So
at
what's the
all.
problem with women feeling?
There is no problem. You're trying to make a problem out of a non-problem. All I
No, I'm
stated
just
was a
asking.
fact.
I'm
Why
asking.
are you asking a question
Leonard,
about
Leonard, just have a conversation with her instead of arguing.
Okay,
Y'all can
I'm not arguing. I'm just stating facts. I'm sticking to the facts. Just like when the brothers were talking about, the natural women, if they like women that are in their natural state, put on a little makeup, a little this, that, lip gloss or whatever. I know lip gloss is old, but little whatever it is, and they doing their thing, okay. But when you get those that are doggone going to get the Remy and I guess Remy is still a popular form, the Remy and the this and that and all this other stuff. If a man is not into that, that man is just not into that. I mean, it's very simple. It's not a judgment call.
But what
Just
they're
like
saying is there's always a man that will be into it if he isn't into it. And that's the reason why it's an issue, because it's always some dude who's going to be trying to get in her face. So the first dude is always going to be a second dude that's going to go. That's what they're saying.
yeah, that's very true. I mean, different strokes for different folks, as we used to say. But it's like this: when you break it down to reality, if a man gives you a stack to go shopping, you go out, you shopping, cash, and find out that it's counterfeit money. Now you feeling some type of way, and that's the same thing with a counterfeit look.
That's super childish, but okay.
You can say
Because
it's
I
super
think that
childish.
we
I
are
mean,
grown enough.
Hold on. Go ahead, D.
I think we're grown enough to understand that most of us go out into the world with our representatives. And typically for women, our representatives are made up. I don't believe that Savannah James walks out in her wigs and weaves at home the same way she does when she's out with her husband for drinks. Same thing with Aisha Curry. I think that when they're out and about, we use our representatives that are typically more made up. When they're at home with their men, they're more comfortable. I think there's I don't know if it's just Muslim culture or maybe, I don't know, but there's one of the cultures where the women are to cover their hair and they can only take their hijab off when they're at home with their family. So when we're out and about, you shouldn't expect me to look the same way when I'm at home. That's a different version of me. You're getting something different. It's childish
So
to
does that
assume
mean he's
I'm
getting a worse
counterfeit.
version of you when you're at home versus when you out? So you're looking better for the other people and not for him?
Is it better or is it more comfortable? I thought we like natural, right? So shouldn't it be better when I'm at home? Because I'm
Well, any
fully
woman
nude?
that I don't wear is not going to start wearing some crazy shit because she goes outside for other people.
What's
She's
crazy?
going to be her
Like
thing.
that's an opinion of yours, right?
What's
That it's
crazy?
crazy.
Catfish tail eyelashes, looking all like this.
Let me ask this question.
Personally,
Are you guys speaking from your personal, from just what you like personally, or are you looking at it at your peers as a whole and what they prefer? Because it sounds like you guys are pushing your personal opinions and not the masses. Because we're out here dealing with the masses of men, and you guys only have to deal with yourselves.
It was
Well,
me asking a
I'm
question.
dealing with my personal circle of men.
Hold on.
I
I
thought
was
I thought women were more
hold,
emotional.
hold on, y'all. I was just asking a question to D because D said usually you would wear nothing, just normal everyday stuff at the house, but when you go out in the world, you dress up. And my question was, so you're going to dress up for strangers and look a certain other way for your man? And that was just simply my question. But let's get to Shay's love after
That's
D.
hot.
Yeah,
ahead,
my
D.
answer to that is yes. I think if your man prefers you to look a certain way at home, then you probably would acquiesce and do that. But typically, when you're going to work, when you're going to school, you don't dress the same way when you're at home. I think that's common sense. I think we can all agree with that.
Okay. Shay? Shay, you there? Okay, we can move on to somebody else. I guess Shay ain't there. Somebody else?
Can I speak on what
Mhm.
Miss D was just saying? I see exactly what you're saying about how you would definitely look different. And because of that, I remember I was younger, my mother was telling me that you should never let your man see you just looking any type of way. And I know most men prefer you to look natural, but I think that comes with sometimes we get so comfortable like being in the house, you might want to walk around with your bonnet on. I know one thing, I'm not about to let my man go out in the world and see women looking all dressed up and then come home looking and I look like a vagabond looking like the how I roll out of bed. I'm not gonna do that, you know. I'm gonna be dressed. I don't walk around my house looking any type of way. I may not put any makeup on. I may not lay my edges every morning, but I definitely not gonna have no crest in my eye. I'm not gonna be having pajamas on. But it also just makes me be more productive when I get up and actually get dressed. So I wouldn't do my man like that, but that's just me. I know everyone is different. People want to be comfortable in their own home.
Lee, I would even take that one step further. I wouldn't even go to bed looking like nothing. When I go to bed, I
That
gotta
too.
look. If I got a man laying next to me, when he roll over and he look at me, I'm gonna look like something, makeup or not. I'm not going to bed with a t-shirt on and some baggy pajamas. No, when I wrap my hair up, it's gonna be in a nice, cute little wrap. What I
I know
have
that's
on,
right.
if I have on anything, it's gonna be cute too.
I know that's right.
But it's not the same as when you go outside, right?
Correct.
And that's
I guess
just
it
that's the
depends
point
on
I was
what you
making.
do. I definitely see what you're saying. I guess it depends on like if a woman normally puts on makeup and all that. But I mean, I'm not gonna walk around the house like in no skimpy dress or anything. Like if I'm gonna go out to a lounge. So yeah, I do. I agree with that.
But like she's saying,
So
like even if you have all
I just
natural
wanted to add
hair,
on.
even if
hold
you
on,
have
what?
all natural
All right.
hair and you wear your hair nice and twisted up in a nice, like, I'm just gonna use the young lady who was in the video a little bit earlier that we showed with the blonde dreads. Even that, I imagine when that hair is pulled up, sometimes that gets to be a little uncomfortable. I would imagine that at some point she's going to pull her hair down. It's not going to be all nice and twisted and all cute in the little style that she had it. She's going to just let it down and put on something a little bit different and have a slightly different look than she would when she's out. That doesn't mean that she's looking thrown away. It's just not the same. And like she said, if you have a man who enjoys your natural look, then of course you're going to do what you need to do to appease him if you care anything about him. And even that may even extend a little bit further out when you even go out in public. You might decide, okay, I'm not going to ditch makeup completely, but I'm not, I may tone it down just a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I don't know. I think it's just so much emphasis in the idea of saying that a woman who wears extensions and lashes and makeup, they're easy. I think that's such a load of crap.
So hold on. I want y'all, and this is just a thought. I want y'all to look at the mannerisms between the two women. Just look at the mannerisms. I ain't even gonna play it. Just look at the mannerisms.
We can't hear it.
Mannerisms.
I don't think he wants us to hear it.
Okay.
She look like a rapper.
It had to pause right there, right?
So is that contingent on that, or is that something different in y'all opinion?
I think that just comes back to natural women tend to be more feminine. Like we could just see her natural essence and her energy. I mean, that's just my experience. I'm not saying it's the case in every single time, but in general. And, the majority is valid. Generalizations are valid. It's just in general, natural women tend to be more feminine.
I agree. D,
like
you
that
looks
take.
like you want to say something.
That was okay. They're all very expressive with their hands. I think we tend to be, as a culture, be very expressive. I guess you're saying that the other one on the couch was making bigger gestures, but they all were speaking with their hands. I don't understand the idea that because a woman wears a specific protective style, she's
Protective
less
style.
feminine
That's
than
what
the
we
other
doing.
woman.
Really?
Because
Why you
under, like I said earlier, women tend to be
Fair.
natural under these wigs. Like they're just as natural as a woman who's locked up. It's a protective style, right? So I find it weird that an entire woman's essence can be changed by what she temporarily puts on her head for a couple hours.
Let's talk about it. A woman's essence 1000% changes when she
It
puts
does.
on a wig.
Permanently?
Hold on, Cookie.
Or perm.
It
Hold on,
changes.
guys. Hold on, Cookie.
It does change. It goes with the whole saying that if you look good, you play good, you do everything better. So, and with that attitude comes confidence. So that confidence is over exaggerated when they speak, when they walk, when they talk, when they flip their everything. They become extra when they put that extra stuff on.
Okay, so we have a woman. We have a
Okay,
woman
girl.
we literally have a woman here on the stage with us who is in full makeup, who is in full hair, and I don't see anything about her mannerisms that are over the top. I don't see she can articulate her words, she can formulate her thoughts. So why is she the exception to this?
I've never said that 100% of women that
Yeah,
wear wigs
just
are that way. I just
generalization.
said it is a common factor between women that do that. And she's already said that she does this for cosplay.
Anime.
So
And
I
then
wouldn't.
Tina, when women are in my presence, you already know they act more feminine anyway. So it might just be me.
And
It
then on
might
top
be.
of that, even if she, not saying her in particular, I'm not trying to single you
Background
out, Steve,
microphone.
but in general, when women, if you're going to say that, okay, we change when we have on certain things, which I do agree, that just makes you a chameleon at this point because now you're snapping personalities back to back. So it's okay, I'm gonna be a baddie for 3 hours a day. Then when I come home and be somebody else, it's like, okay, so who are you? Are you Beyonce a couple days, or are you, it just
That
depends. Like
reptile
it's yeah, like at this point you're just a chameleon, so you just shifted. And at the end of the day, it's just like that's just not what men want. And I see exactly what you're saying. Like it can be foolish. It can definitely sound foolish that the way a woman presents herself says a lot about her. But I mean, how would you feel, or how would you think about a woman who walks around with those booty shorts when their butt cheeks literally hanging out? You just gonna automatically, she may be the nicest person in the world, but you gonna automatically perceive her to be whorish because of how she's presenting herself.
And shout out to the women who wear the little shorts with the booty cheeks out.
No.
I love y'all. I'm just saying. I love them, but I'm just saying it. I think women do literally act differently depending on how they dress and what's on top of their hair. Go ahead, Master Lee. And can you start with the ad libs, Master Lee? Just wait your turn. But what you about to say?
It's a lot of men with their booty cheeks out too. I just think no booty cheeks should be out.
I don't think Aaron notices them.
I just wanted to add that because I never sag, but I see a lot of men, and it's just very
Yo,
unpleasant.
okay,
I just wanted to bring that up. We got to get to that too.
why?
Just
I don't
it's
want to
just
talk
not
about that,
good
sir.
on both ends. On both ends. Okay, I'm a mic. I'm a mute.
It's okay. It's late, Lee. It's
Oh
late.
my God. All right, what somebody was about to just say something. Somebody was about to say something. Nothing. What?
We still trying to process what just happened. Okay,
Right.
so
Process it, y'all.
but I think we all I don't disagree with the statement of, but I think that doesn't just pertain to women. It doesn't just pertain to weaves and extensions. A man, when he walks out of the house and he know he's fly, he's clean, he's suited up, just got a fresh cut, he's his beard just got, he walks a little bit taller. I don't think that has anything to do. It's not a woman thing.
Okay. You have
You
a
know what I'm
point. You have a point.
Mm-hmm.
You have a point.
I agree with that.
I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that.
Very agreed.
So let's go ahead and let's end this. It's 1:30 in the morning. I gotta go to bed. And I want to thank all of y'all for pulling up because this was a great conversation. And because I just wanted to ask y'all questions. I didn't want to do all this talking. I wanted to do a lot of listening because I want to know what goes on in y'all heads when y'all have that stuff on y'all heads. And I'm just messing with y'all, but just
We're saying to ourselves, "Oh, I hope
That's
he
a good
doesn't
one.
pull it." That's what we're saying.
But yeah, I'm still gonna go against single motherhood, but I'm gonna be a little nicer when it comes to the wig wearing community because like I just want women to continue to live because in my opinion, I think it's like a drug. You want to look more beautiful and you're wearing wigs and then you're wearing eyelashes and when you're wearing makeup, now you want to get a BBL, now you want to get a tummy tuck, now you want to get and next thing you know you ain't here no more. So I'm always going to be team natural woman because one of the reasons why is because I want y'all to stay alive. I'm against any woman getting a BBL. I think it's sad. I think it's a self-esteem issue. But I'm not going to talk mess about those women anymore because I want them to stay alive. But anybody got anything before we leave?
I do think they should seek help if they find it a habit and if anyone around them is telling them that, hey, you look fine, enough is enough, and they still see flaws in themselves, they definitely should seek some counseling because it can turn into a mental illness. So
I think it's all a mental illness. I think it's just levels to the mental illness. I think it starts and I got a video, but I don't know where it is. I don't recognize what it looks like, so I forgot who said what. But altogether, a woman was told by her her grandmother that never start wearing wigs. And she was like, why? Because you're never going to be able to stop. And she said she actually did that. And people got so used to her wearing these goofy looking wigs where when she took the wigs off, she had these looks like, ugh, why you look like that? You look so something. And it affected her. And she said she regrets wearing wigs because not wearing wigs actually affected her self-esteem where she felt the need to wear wigs in order to feel accepted. And she hated that terrible feeling. So, yeah.
I agree with that. Well, I would like to say before I get off, just pertaining directly on the title, If you have a healthy lifestyle and actually go to the gym, no shade to anyone, but it would definitely make your body feel so amazing. I've been consistent for the past few years, and your body will naturally crave it. You will be in the best shape of your life.
Yes.
You will feel better about yourself. You will have more energy throughout the day, and it's easy to be mentally disciplined, but if a woman can be physically disciplined, you will be in a better position. So yeah, that's all I gotta say on that one.
Totally agree. Totally agree.
Mhm.
Anybody else?
Yeah, I co-sign on everything she just said 100%. And women, before you go out and you start getting these BBLs and everything, really strip yourself down and stand in front of the mirror and just ask yourself, do you love what you see? And if you say no, go get you some therapy before you go get yourself underneath a knife.
Yes. And I wanna play this video just to remind all the women, any of the women
To
watching.
catch up, scheduled surgeries like Brazilian butt lifts from morning to night, something experts say could have also contributed to a spike in deaths following the procedures.
We were very surprised to find that in 2021, more people died from the Brazilian butt lift than any other year before.
Through the research we did, we noticed a couple of things. One, the deaths look to be like they're occurring the majority of the end of the week, Thursday, Friday. This is consistent with fatigue and distraction.
He says fatigue could explain deaths like the one that happened last year following a BBL at Seduction Cosmetic Center, when a state of Florida Department of Health administrative complaint says a 33-year-old patient died after Dr. John Sampson gave her a BBL at 8:31 p.m. He had started operating patients at 6:32 a.m., and she was his 7th patient of the day.
And he had done 6 surgeries before.
So yeah,
Can I ask a question before we go?
sure.
Is there something about Florida that I'm missing? Like,
Oh yeah, Miami.
talk
You gotta
about Florida.
understand, it's always hot. You got the Miami Beach and women. That is, like Miami was women capital. It wasn't Atlanta. It was Miami. So Miami is always Miami. You live in Miami, you see all this ass everywhere. To a certain degree, you're gonna feel insecure and gonna want to go do something because everybody in Miami looks a different type of perfect, just like LA. But LA is a different type of perfect. They work on their face more in LA, but in Miami they work on their asses. Everybody got these perfect asses and shit.
so because there's a high demand, these doctors that are
And in Florida, being raised in Florida, I'm just going to tell you, we're naked most of the time. I mean, clothes, like it was to me when I moved to Atlanta, it was a little bit of a culture shock because just people are very covered up here. so yeah, it
You
is.
gotta
It
think
is a
about if
Florida
you live
thing.
in Florida, you can literally walk around with a bikini on anywhere.
In the grocery store.
In a grocery store. You ain't gonna see nobody in Atlanta or in Houston with a bikini on. But in Miami, you can literally walk around with a bikini on and be okay. So it's a difference.
Yeah, I've only run in Miami. I've never just walked around Miami for fun. I only go as far south as Orlando. So I was trying to figure out, like, every case that I've seen with people dying, it's like
Miami.
Florida. I was like, is there a law I'm missing? Or
And then at the same time, the craziest, most dysfunctional people on the planet live in Florida.
Stop it.
I do hear Florida on the news though.
Shout out to Uncle Charlemagne.
Hush, hush.
Yeah. So I will talk to y'all later. This was a dope discussion, and I think it was much needed. And I want to have more panel type of shows or whatever. And if y'all have not aren't already, y'all don't know it exists. I have a YouTube channel that I want to start working on. It's called Deeper Discussions. But when you ain't got no followers on the channel, you can't find it. So I ain't even gonna tell y'all about it because you've been on another Deeper Discussions and follow that one. But it looks like the card game. So if y'all look for Deeper Discussions, I'm gonna start working on that one and building that channel up. So go follow Deeper Discussions. And it looks like the green card game, because it's hard to find stuff when you ain't got no subscribers. So if If you find it, you find it. If you don't, it's okay, because you most likely ain't gonna find it. So I will talk to y'all later, and y'all have a good rest of y'all night.
Blessings. Good night.
Likewise.